Today, we're talking about a powerful secret that successful people across Europe and the world follow: the art of silence. Let's dive into a story that proves how being silent can help you get everything you desire. In a peaceful town in Austria, nestled between green mountains and a flowing river, there lived a young man named Leon. He was ambitious, intelligent, and hardworking, but he had one flaw: he talked too much. Leon believed that speaking up in every situation, arguing his point, and proving himself right would earn him success and respect. One day, Leon heard about a prestigious business seminar in Vienna, where top entrepreneurs and investors would gather. He saw this as the perfect chance to showcase his ideas and impress the wealthy businessmen. Excited, he prepared a long speech about his startup idea, believing that talking more would convince them of his brilliance. On the day of the seminar, he dressed in his best suit and confidently walked into the grand hall. The room was filled with influential people, CEOs, investors, and business tycoons from across Europe. As the event started, the first speaker came on stage. As Mr. Heinrich spoke, Leon noticed something unusual. The businessman talked less but made every word count. When people asked him questions, he listened patiently, responded briefly, and left the audience wanting more. His presence commanded respect, and everyone listened intently. Leon was confused. Why are they so interested in him when he speaks so little, he thought. Later, during a networking session, Leon approached Mr. Heinrich and started talking about his startup. He spoke enthusiastically, explaining every little detail, but the old businessman simply smiled and nodded. When Leon finally stopped, Mr. Heinrich said just one sentence: "A wise man speaks because he has something valuable to say. A fool speaks because he just wants to talk." Leon was stunned. He had always believed that talking more made him look intelligent, but here was a billionaire telling him the opposite. Determined to understand this secret, Leon decided to change his approach. Instead of talking constantly, he started listening. He observed how the most successful people in the room spoke. They chose their words carefully, listened more, and only spoke when necessary. That evening, during the dinner session, Leon sat at a table where an important investor was speaking. Instead of interrupting or trying to impress him, Leon listened quietly. When the investor asked him a question, Leon answered briefly and to the point. The investor nodded in approval. "You seem like a sharp young man," the investor said. "Tell me more about your idea." For the first time, Leon realized that by being silent and speaking only when necessary, he had gained respect. Instead of forcing his words on people, he made them curious to hear more. Over the next few months, Leon applied this lesson to his business and personal life. He focused on listening, observing, and speaking only when his words added value. Soon, he found that people paid more attention to him. Investors started showing interest in his startup, and he built strong relationships with influential people. Years later, Leon became a successful entrepreneur. At a business conference in France, a young man approached him, talking non-stop about his ideas. Leon smiled, remembering his old self. He placed a hand on the young man's shoulder and said, "If you want to get everything in life, learn when to be silent."